Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon all. How are you doing this afternoon? Hoping that you are doing great. Today we are going to learn English about poetry. Does anyone know what poetry is? Well done. Yep. So some of you have listened to poetry, and some of you have read poetry from famous poets in the world. Well done. Well, class, before we start our teaching and learning process, so a silent moment here, next a silent moment is a time for praying. Okay, now let's start praying. All right, class, today we are going to improve our knowledge of poetry, and maybe some of you have read poetry, but today we'll learn more about poetry. But before that, let's look at the teaching objectives of our teaching process today. So they are two objectives. First are students are expected to interpret social function, text structure, and language features of a poem. Jadi siswa diharapkan bisa menginterpretasi fungsi sosial, struktur teks, dan ciri kebahasaan dari sebuah puisi. And also students are able to catch the meaning of the poem. Jadi siswa juga diharapkan bisa menangkap makna dari puisi. Next, definition of a poem. So what is a poem? A poem is a piece of writing in which words are arranged in artistic way and ending with rhymes. Jadi ini kumpulan kata-kata yang disusun secara artistik atau secara indah yang biasanya berakhiran dengan rhyme, yaitu similar sounds of two or more words that occur at the end of poems. Jadi rhyme itu adalah bunyi yang sama yang terjadi di baris akhir dari puisi. Well, it is based on Cambridge Dictionary, and poems also have rhythm and rhyme. Now, class, let's continue to see what social function of poetry. So the social function is to convey ideas, messages, and also emotions of a poet to readers, which aim at improving the characters of readers. Jadi ini fungsinya untuk menyampaikan ide, pesan, ataupun emosi dari penulis atau penyair yang tujuannya ada pesan moral di dalamnya untuk meningkatkan karakter seseorang atau pembaca. Okay, good, class. Now let's have a look at language features of poem. So a poem use a simple present tense, and also some poems consist of alliteration, assonance, metaphor, rhymes, simile, and personification. So what is alliteration? Now let's have a look at one by one. So alliteration or alliteracy is a number of words which have the same first consonant sound. Jadi yang kumpulan kata-kata yang huruf pertama yang konsonannya sama. For example, Donald Duck, silent C. Jadi huruf konsonan pertama yang sama. And then assonance. What is assonance? So assonance is called when a number of words which are close together that repeat the same vowel sound. Nah, berbeda dengan alliteration, kalau assonance yang mengulang huruf vokal yang sama. For example, here and there, go and mo. And then metaphor atau metafora dalam bahasa Indonesia, yaitu pemakaian kata atau kelompok kata bukan dengan arti yang sebenarnya. Contoh, dia adalah bintang kelas. Bintang di situ bukan arti yang sebenarnya, ya. Okay, rhymes. Rhyme is the similar sound of two or more words that occur at the end of poem lines. Jadi bunyi yang sama yang terjadi di akhir baris puisi. For example, wall and fall, cat, dat, etc. And then simile. Simile is compared to thing in an interesting way. It use like or as, jadi menggunakan kata like atau as, seperti. Yeah. And then personification is a way to describe animal or inanimate object as human. Jadi cara untuk mendeskripsikan. Oke, kembali tadi ke simile, itu compare two things in an interesting way. Jadi membandingkan dua hal dalam waktu yang dengan cara yang menarik. Jadi menggunakan kata like atau as, misalnya her voice like an angel voice, seperti itu. Okay, and then personification is a way to describe animal or an inanimate object as human. Jadi mendeskripsikan benda yang mati seolah-olah hidup seperti manusia. Okay, and now let's look at the poem by Patty Evans. The title is The Mirror. Look into the mirror and tell me who you see. Is it someone you love and in someone you believe? The mirror will not lie and it only knows you. Open and honest in search of what is true. Stare into the eyes that can only stare back, searching for the soul that somehow fell off track. Your friends are not here, no one by your side. Be true to yourself. There is no need to hide. Okay. The mirror will allow you to see into your heart. It will let you know this is the place to start. Do not wait too long. Do not let too much time go by. Regret does not care for those who did not try. Look into the mirror and tell me who you see. Is it someone you love and in someone you believe? Okay, it is the poem. And what you need to do is you need to find out whether there are alliteration, assonance, metaphor, rhymes, simile, or personification in the poem. So now let's look at what we have got. So in that poem, there are rhymes, but one of those is you in the third line and true in the fourth line. And also there is personification. Jadi ada juga personification, like too much time go by. So time go by. So it act as if human, ya. Dia kayak kayak seolah-olah ini adalah manusia gitu, go by. And then assonance. Assonance open and honest. Ya, asonan yang bunyi vokalnya itu sama. Ya, pengulangan bunyi vokal yang sama, like open, honest, love, believe. Okay, class. Hoping that you are getting better now in understanding poem. I hope next time you will be able to write poem by yourself. And thank you for your good participation. See you next, inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.